Hello Facebook and welcome to our weekly show, Video Streaming Advice with Stephen Healey in Wiltshire and David Vaughan. I'm waiting for David to arrive, and when he does, he will hopefully say hi and we can make a real start on the show. In the meantime, if you are interested in live video and you want help and information, then search for LVS17 on Facebook and come and join the group that David and I and John Upton run, where we can answer your live streaming questions anytime. We look forward to seeing you there, because basically live video is where it is. I'd just like to say hello to Robert, who's joined me here. I'm just waiting for David to arrive too, and possibly Nazim. It's going to be quite a busy day today, so I'm waiting to hear from David. But in the meantime, would you like to come on screen, Robert, whilst we're waiting? Well, for the show, really. If you would just say yes, and I'll happily invite you on air. It'd be good. Right, okay, so we covered LVS 17. The other item this week is the rest of the shows. I'll just take myself up there. And the rest of the shows look like this. Video Streaming Advice is now. Across the Pond is in 2 hours' time. And then Thursday morning at 9 o'clock GMT, I'm chatting to Hoden and Leia. And that should be an interesting show. Hoden did her first ever BeLive.tv show. Now had over 34,000 people view it. So I'm most interested to find out about Hoden and Integration TV, which she operates. And then the following day, on Thursday, is Blabbing for Britain with myself and the team. That's David, sorry, not David. David doesn't appear in that one. It's John and Stephen and Peter. And talking to Peter, Peter had a wonderful show last night. If you haven't caught it yet, it's further down in my feed. It was a half-hour interview, and it was just, everything was perfect, which is what you want of a show. And that's why over 300 people have watched it to date. And if you have a moment to spare, then just go down below and check out Peter's show from last night. Friday, every fortnight, we've got Ask Angelica, and Angelica will be joining me to talk about the German language. And if you've got any questions about the German language, then you can do two things. You can ask Angelica on Friday live in her Ask Angelica group on Facebook. If you've any interest in the German language at all, then Ask Angelica, which is heading towards 100 members, is the place to go to watch the live video, and for the rest of the week, ask your questions and follow Angelica's blogs on the German language. And finally this week, unusually for me, I'm doing a show on Sunday, but I'm looking forward to it because it's with April Roger of Net Friending, and promises to be an interesting show as we discuss BeLive.tv and networking. And I'm going to change the layout, because if I go over here, take that off there, and press that button, then magically, all things being equal. Hello, David.
Hey, man.
How are you?
Good. How are you? Sorry.
I'm good as well. I've been doing the Udemy course all day, the second one, so I'm in the mood. Right. Okay. And we have Robert with us as well.
There's trouble.
I'm not sure whether he wants to come on here or not. Right, talking of trouble, we had a chat the other night with Rich, didn't we, about the, well, not you and I personally, but I was on and then you were in the comments talking about the loop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, did we reach any conclusion on that?
I don't know.
All right, okay.
We're going to look into it. I haven't experienced the loop.
Well, once you do, you'll know about it. Because,
oh, I'm sure. I have experienced the audio-video sync.
Yeah.
But we're not experiencing that now. So I don't know.
No, that's true.
I know that the issues seem to pop up the same time they pushed the last update for the mobile app. That's what I noticed, but I mean, that may have nothing to do with anything. So I don't know.
Well, we never know. We never know. The ability of programmers, and I'm one of them, to take something that's working and break it is legendary.
Yes.
But in this particular case, what's happening is that when the fourth person comes on, you're actually hearing the show from 20 seconds ago. And when I left the show with Rich last night, I was replayed 20 seconds of the show before we caught up. So there's obviously something going on.
You're talking about when you dropped off camera with...
When I dropped off camera, yeah.
With Rich?
Yeah. With Rich, I saw myself on camera.
Oh, that's been that way.
All right. Okay. Well, that's not new then. So that's just...
No, that's not new. That's you drop off, and then... So basically what happens in that is that it's kind of like elevating your status. So right now, you and I are kind of broadcaster, admin, and everybody else is viewer.
Yes.
And so if you're in the audience and you are viewing, and then you get invited to come on screen, and you come on screen, and there's that blip that happens, and then they go, so it's kind of elevation from viewer to broadcaster.
Yeah.
And then once you're done, they take you, it's kind of taking you out of the broadcaster role and back into a viewer role. So that's why.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's nothing new. That's been
right. But well, I rarely leave a show because you know what? What's on air?
You just don't participate enough in other people's Smilecasts. That's what it is.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Stage all the time and never holding the light.
No, I've dropped in 2 or 3 this week, but I must do more. And in fact, anybody who's watching, if you can participate in other people's broadcasts, then it makes the world more interesting for everybody. Yeah, I mean, there's been some good shows. I mean, there are quite a few shows, and we've got Summit Live this weekend. Are you watching remotely or going or interested or?
I am not going.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
No. I don't know if I'm watching because it's not being offered through Summit Live to watch, so you have to find somebody else who's there streaming.
Indeed.
Which always seems kind of silly to me.
Well, it's an opportunity missed, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, it's a event that's focused around live streaming or live video, so I don't know why they wouldn't do that.
Well, you can do that for social media marketing world. They have a remote ticket, which costs less than the real ticket, and has quite a few people taking them up on that, because that's their event of the year, isn't it? That's in April.
That used to be free.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think you're talking about what's happening. Is it this week or next week?
Well, it's
already happened.
Summit Live. We've been with.
No. Social media marketing.
Social media marketing world is in April, I think. I'm not too sure if I'm just going to check.
There's something.
Okay.
Hold on.
Right. If you're watching us live on Facebook,
may have moved it. It used to be in February.
Right.
It was kind of right after. There's an event that goes on in Barcelona.
Oh, right.
It's around but it's like mobile device. It's mobile something. Anyway,
Louis Lemaire, is he the guy who organises it? It's got in Europe.
Oh no, this is like I don't know who organizes it because it's huge. It's and it, like I say, it's in the telecom space. It's not social media at all. Right. And social media marketing world is not what I'm thinking about. That is, I will have, and I didn't watch Actually, I did watch last year. Huh, I'll have to figure that out. Anyway, it's an event. So what the event that I'm talking about, and I can't remember the name of, social something, is actually a multi-city event. It happens twice a year, but the one that comes on in February or March or whatever, it should be right around now. The main, I guess, stage would be New York.
Yep.
But there's things going on in other cities as well, and they kind of satellite it out. And they've always streamed it as well as you can attend it. And it's never been a charge for you to be able to watch the stream. And some of the stuff there has been quite interesting. So anyway, you just did a little blip. That was weird.
Yeah, well, the Summit Live is starts this week. We've been on a countdown with Jonathan and Jen and Rachel. So hopefully, Rachel said she might be broadcasting from there, but it would be good if they had an official live feed as well.
Social Media Week.
Social Media Week,
I think is what it's called. Social Media Week events. Yeah, Social Media Week.
Okay.
Is what it's called. New York. All right, so let's see. I know it was social media something. February 27th through March 3rd, so I haven't missed it. Okay. I didn't think I had.
All right. Okay.
I'll post a link for that in the group. And it's a lot of different things. It's some panels, it's some people that are they've just been asked to speak in certain areas. And like I say, each event's usually got something really interesting. It's been going on for 2011, 2012, maybe longer than that. But that's about the time that I started watching it. And it was always enjoyable to watch. And like it's a week long. And like I say, there used to be two. I don't know if they still do two or not. The second one never really, it didn't go on in New York. Anyway, so, but they did stream it. So, and there was no charge for it. And relying on people to, well, hopefully they'll stream from the event. I don't know.
No, I agree with you there. It just seemed rather strange not to be broadcasting the event, given the number of people who stream on a regular basis that are going there.
Or given the fact that it's an event that's focused around live video.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, if you are watching us live on Facebook, thank you, and good afternoon to Steve Hall. It's good to see you, Steve, and one day we'll get you on camera. That's a promise. Right, okay. Anything exciting been happening this week in the technology world that we're aware of, or is it all quiet at the moment? I think it's all quiet. I came across a system last Friday. You may have seen my attempted video chats in the LVS 17 group, where I did two broadcasts into the group. The first one didn't have me on it, and the second one had me on it, but no sound.
Yeah, I saw that. What was that using?
Right, okay. That was using Stage 10. Now, Stage 10 is in stealth mode. They're going after the Twitch market, the gamers, and they're also going after some of the TV channels as well. But it is in stealth mode, but because of Don Pivey, I got an introduction to Josh, who's the CEO of marketing there, and he gave me license to try out their demo system.
Oh, okay. And you broke it?
I broke it. Well, it took me 4 attempts. It took me 4 attempts to get it working. Let's put it that way. But on the 4th attempt, I was able to go live on camera, then play a video, which I'd uploaded to the site, and then go back live on camera again. And it worked seamlessly. So it is 4 up on screen in equal boxes, with the ability to upload video and images as well. But it is in beta, it is in stealth mode, and I'm not saying anything about it until I hear from them about my observations on it. Right, okay, in the meantime, We have people actually watching. That's about, if you want to join us on camera, just say yes, and you're more than welcome to join us on camera. And I want to say hello. David does as well, I presume. Hang on a minute.
He's chewing.
Yeah, yes, they are. They are not Twitch. They're trying to work in with the Twitch people. They can broadcast out to Twitch. The other thing that was interesting, which was potentially good, Michelle's saying it didn't work too well. I'm agreeing on that. I'm not going to say the name again, so we don't give them too much publicity yet. But the other interesting thing, which could be very useful, is that you could stream out to a number of Facebook locations at the same time without sharing. So, for argument's sake, if you wanted to start off in LVS 17 for the first few minutes, and then switch to your business profile, and then go to your business page, and then end up in another group, technically it's possible. It's just select where you want to go to, and the show just continues.
Oh, okay. So you're not going to a group, a page, an event all at one time.
We could do.
That violates the terms of service for Facebook. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Otherwise,
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm pretty sure somebody else would have come up with that along the way. But hey, I could be wrong.
Right. Well, we don't know is the answer. But I mean, the situation is that if you could do it, then it would be good. You are actually going solely to Facebook. You're not going to Twitch and Facebook. You're just going to Facebook. And it's the equivalent. It's just a fast way of sharing, really. Although there is a caveat there that you would have comments on each of the 4 streams, which would make it difficult to follow.
Yep. And
they don't have integrated comments. So there you are. That was the system. If there's any changes, if I hear from them ever again, I will update everybody. But I won't be broadcasting into LVS 17 again using the system. I've set up a private group, which has just got 2 members, myself and Angelica. And if anything goes wrong, there's only the 2 of us will see it. Now, speaking of which, an idea did come to me. I don't know what you think. This is live. Thinking about this is a brainstorm. Should we have an LVS 17 test group where people can go and test their video systems?
No.
Okay, that was good. That was quick. Right.
Too many. No.
Too many groups.
Yeah.
So yeah, people want to
then
test.
you run the risk of, oh well, I thought I was going to the test group. I must have gone to the other group and selling Amway. Okay,
keep it simple. I'm just floating the idea. But just as a point, if you are wanting to test your Facebook Live, whether you're going from Smiletime or any other system, you can send it to your personal profile and then change it to private. And the only person who will see it then is you. If you change the visibility to private, you're the only person to see it. An alternative to that, if you're using a system that can go into groups, is to start a group with just 2 people. You can't do it on your own, and broadcast into the group, and you can test that way as well. So there are 2 valid ways of actually testing, which are quite easy to set up. And when you are in testing mode, you could even switch the app to just be private only for the time that you are testing. So that's testing. All right, if you are watching and you like what you're hearing, then could you please share it out? If you've any questions for David and I, then please ask. And if you want to come on air, and we're going international, David. Not that we ever weren't, but Shafiq from Oman is happy to watch us live, and he's watching us on Facebook. So hello to you, sir. And right, okay. And I'm going to change the layout, and I'm going to go to that layout and invite, hopefully, if this is working.
So this Friday is supposed to have Wikiki.
What?
I know the girl's name is Kiki. It's called Wikiki. I don't know. We'll see what that's like once it comes out.
All right, a new system. No, you lost me.
Yes, it's another platform. Supposed to be very reminiscent of another platform. A lot of people wish was still around.
Oh, right, okay.
It didn't work very well and was constantly having things wrong with it.
So that the release is this Friday.
Well, not to everybody. You had to sign up, which I did.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we're supposed to get early access. I don't know. We'll see. I'll talk about it Friday, maybe, if it's talk-aboutable.
Indeed, because some things are best left unmentioned. But I mean, are you aware of any more systems on the way here? What's the situation on Go Live with?
Don't know. Quit playing with it. It's too buggy for me. It's not. It's not there yet. I don't know what they're doing. So.
Right. And so it's good afternoon. Hello.
Hello.
Right.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm calm now, thank you.
Oh, well, yes. Monday was, the other day was rather hectic.
Saturday, I was like a swan. I was calm on the surface, but paddling like hell under the surface.
Right. Okay. Could you, David, can you hear properly?
No.
Right.
She's it sounds like she's stretching her bandwidth herself. So.
Right. Okay. We've got a technical problem. If I take you off, can you refresh and come back?
Yeah.
Okay. Brilliant. Okay. I was trying to put together a list of what to do if things don't go quite right, and amongst them was that just take yourself off screen and refresh and come back. And you're saying that's quite possibly bandwidth that was the problem there. You
folks in England.
Well, we either have it or we don't, or we're part way in between. I mean, I'm just fortunate. I'm on the cusp of being right. I don't have 5 meg up, but what I have just seemed to work most of the time if I don't use Minicam. So there you go. Right. I'm going to.
My mic was picking you up. Okay.
Oh. All right. Okay.
I may have to go to headphones here in a moment. Well, I did, and I think I posted it in the group. I did do the document for network routers.
Yep.
They can help people out.
Yep.
Yeah, I did, because that was the same day that we had somebody add 50 people to the group.
That was quite a day, wasn't it? I mean, I thought
they haven't left.
I went out for a walk and we had 152 members. I came back, we had 202. Yeah, everybody stayed, which is good. I think the damage limitation we did was fine.
Yeah.
Right, now talking of having adventures in broadcasting, Elizabeth had one earlier this week. Hello.
Hi, Steve. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I did have a bit of an adventure. On Saturday night, I wanted to go live with my show. So I did everything on Smiletime, which is really, really simple. You click on start. It then asks you to copy the URL. I got as far as that. I then clicked on confirm. And the next step should have been a countdown and then go live. And no matter how much I tried, I couldn't get to count down and to go live. And I couldn't figure out what on earth was wrong. Eventually, I did the broadcast from my Android phone app, and I managed to do that. Then on Sunday, I did some maintenance, and I just put 2 and 2 together. This is what happened. Every week, I do scan on my computer for viruses and stuff. And every week I have to delete over 800 adware cookies from Google. So I thought, no, this is nonsense. I'm not going to do this every week. So I found a way to stop these AdWord cookies, which is to not allow any third-party cookies. What I didn't realize until Sunday morning was that by not allowing any third-party cookies, I actually disable Smiletime. So Smiletime wants to go live, it wants to shake hands with Facebook, but because I didn't allow the cookies, Smiletime had nowhere to broadcast. I sorted that out, problem solved.
Well done.
So live with those cookies. Otherwise, you just can't use Smiletime.
Yeah, it's basically you only find out when it goes wrong, and
Yes.
we all empathise really because when things do go wrong, and we're in a situation when we're doing this that we're reliant on several disparate technologies all working together, and that's the back end provided by Smiletime, the Chrome browser, Facebook,
Yeah.
and it's all these different systems. And on a good day, everything goes perfectly. On a bad day, things can go wrong. But I'm glad you got to the bottom of it because, as you say, Smiletime is a simple place to use when things are working.
Indeed. Yeah. If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Indeed. Have you any thoughts on it, David?
Sorry, I muted out.
Oh, right. Okay.
No, that was some good deductive reasoning.
Yeah.
Way to go. Give yourself a pat on the back. That's all that. Yeah. It's just, unfortunately, sometimes when you want to play, you're going to have to figure some things out. And some people's level with technology is not going to make them comfortable doing that. Or they could do more harm.
I think probably my biggest concern, I've calmed down. I was awake until 2 o'clock on Sunday morning. But my biggest concern is that on Saturday night, after the show, after I managed to do the show, I actually sent an email to Smiletime support. And I attached a Word document listing absolutely everything I tried. This is before I knew what was wrong. I haven't had any response from them yet, and it's 3 days.
The only thing I can say about that. Oh, wow.
Right. We're okay now.
Are we good?
We're good, yeah.
Okay. The only thing I can say about that is that it is a small team at Smiletime. And especially on the development and the support side, I guess, just send a follow-up to them and say, hey, just wanted to know if you had anything, can I get an update or something of that nature, and just send it to them. I know it's not the best solution in the world, but, that's what I do.
Well,
so.
What I tend to do as well, I mean, you can write to them, and unfortunately, as you said, they've not got back to you. If you're on the site and you go to the Need Help button, you can chat live. And generally speaking, that is manned, and you can talk to somebody there and then. So that's Need Help. You press the Need Help, it comes up on the screen, and there it says, still having issues, live chat with us here. And you then go to a different page, a live chat where you can say hello to a human being, be it Rich or Allegra or Alex, whoever's on support at the time, and they're pretty good in terms of actually responding to you. Now, the only thing that you and I have to bear in mind, being in the UK, is that there is an 8-hour time difference. So
indeed, and they don't have office hours on Saturdays and Sundays.
They do not. It is not 24 hours.
No.
No. Right, I'd like to say hello to Eileen. Nice to see you, Eileen.
Or as I like to spell it, Eilena.
No.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. Do you have any shows planned in the coming week, Elsiba?
On Saturday night, and this time everything.
Right, you're back.
You got that? Yeah, I definitely have one on Saturday, on Sunday afternoon. In fact, I've changed the time from Saturday evening to Sunday afternoon, because that will probably give me a better chance of having a live audience. And the one on this Sunday afternoon is how you can connect to the divine by using stuff like flowers and ribbons and cards and whatever you want to use.
Yeah, I mean, finding an audience isn't easy, is it? You've got to try and work out an experiment and find the best time.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah. So I've
also got some guests. Yeah, I've also got some guests lined up, not for this week, but for next weekend. I'm going to interview somebody about feng shui, and the week after that, I'm going to interview somebody about crop circles. So that should be fascinating.
All right. Indeed, yeah. I mean, they're all topics which are fascinating. I'm just trying to get a message from Eileen on as well, and Eileen's actually working at the moment, so she's going to catch the replay. I'm just trying to move that. I'll move myself down here.
Actually working.
Well, I know. Somebody's got to. Yeah, I mean, this is my work, partly my work now, so I'm on safe ground. So, right, okay. Now, the problem is when on the whole things are running smoothly, and we've nobody. Well, if you are watching live now and you have any questions about live broadcasting, then please ask them. That will feature them on screen, and David and I will try to get you an answer. Do you have any more questions whilst David and I are here? Or any further thoughts, Elsiba? Sorry.
I can probably just repeat my lesson from my very first show. Before you go live, reboot.
That's excellent advice. And I rebooted at 2:30, and then the only thing I've got open is the browser with a second tab, which is Messenger. And the less you've got running, the better, David. Yeah.
It did. Or you can just buy a Mac. I don't have to reboot.
Well, okay. That's a discussion where we'd have to run the show for about 24 hours as to which camp we should be in. I think whatever works for you is the answer. You know. And that's Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's basically I've been Windows since forever. I program in Windows, so I don't program for Mac, so I've no need of a Mac. All right, okay, and we've started a discussion now. Jason is on the side of Mike. Can we have a casting vote? If you'd like to join us on screen, Jason, then just say yes, and we shall bring you on screen. We can have a Mac discussion. I don't have a problem with that. But I mean, I've found differences. I don't know. It'd be interesting to get your thoughts on this, David, between Chrome on the Mac and Chrome on Windows, and the stability the same and the power that they're taking, or the CPU.
I've examined how much power is actually going on.
Yeah.
You know, the stability, as far as I can tell you, it works fine on both.
Right.
It works much better than whatever that Edge browser is, or whatever.
I love the fact that the Edge browser, you're working away in Chrome, and all of a sudden the Edge browser pops up and says, Edge is 13% more efficient than Google Chrome. Would you like to use it?
Well, and so in the Mac side of the world, they're going to say the exact same thing about Safari, which is probably true. I use Chrome for a lot of different reasons, mostly because of extensions and Google App or G Suite, as it's called now, and all these. There's more built and able to be done with Chrome, and they've made Chrome more and more stable over the years.
Yeah.
They're finally working towards getting rid of Flash natively. In fact, I think with the latest updates that were pushed, pretty much all Flash is disabled, except
That's
for
good.
a few sites that still incorporate it. One being Facebook, CNN, places like that still use Flash prevalently. But what you can do is you can still disable it, and then it'll just force HTML5 or WebRTC. Oh,
Okay.
HTML5, not WebRTC. WebRTC has nothing to do with it. So anyway, I think it works well, and that's what that's what I use.
All right, I'm just trying to invite Peter, and I'm not sure whether he's invited. He's just not showing up at the moment. Oh, hang on.
Well, did you warn our other guest? Did she have anything else that she needed to say before Peter comes on?
we not
I would
saying...
say I'm kidding, Peter, but I'm not. You do like to talk. That's okay. You always bring something of value out of it. Eventually.
I wouldn't expect you to pronounce my name. You can just kick me off.
I'm going to say Alsabi, but I'm probably saying it wrong. So
it's Elsabe.
Elsabe. Okay. Well, I was close.
Yeah, and I will go now.
Right. Okay. All right. Take care. See you later. Right. I'm just waiting for. Not sure where Peter is, but he did have a cracking show last night. And if you're watching now and you want half an hour to discover all about HR, then Peter's show does that. And in actual fact, this time round, he got a targeted audience. 80% of the people who watched the show were Scottish. So he's actually targeting as opposed to English or American. 80%.
That's good.
It's absolutely brilliant because he's actually broadcasting to the people of Aberdeen.
Yeah.
And he's telling them about local businesses. So that's local broadcasting. And we've known people who do that, but to succeed to the extent Peter's doing, I'm just so happy for him because this is his fourth show. The first one was perfect. The next two were less so, but the two previous ones were less so. So he's had a learning curve, but he's arrived, and his persistence paying off really.
What happened?
Yeah. This is his fourth show. The first one was perfect. The next two were less so. Okay. Is that a Smiletime thing or an us thing? Right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Jason or
I am still
Peter?
On. Okay.
Yeah. Jason or Peter, if you want to come in, then just ask. If you're watching live on Facebook, then if you've got a question for us, then
I'm gonna have to refresh because I am now experiencing. Actually, you know what? Before I refresh,
yeah, has that cured it? Are you better now? Right. Okay. We'll be. All right. Okay. You're now watching from the viewer perspective. Right. Okay. We've got some experiments going on here, and I'm going to talk to you here. Wait a minute. Okay.
Okay, so the weird thing that's going on at this moment, this is for a recording. I was on stage, then something happened. I'm not on stage, but my camera and mic are still engaged. And so I'm now viewing from the perspective of a viewer, an audience member.
Yeah.
And I just had to mute that out. Sorry. But I'm still on camera.
I can see you. Yes.
So there's a bug for you. Smile time.
So you can't see yourself on camera.
All right. So I'm done with that. Let me.
All right. Okay.
Stop that.
Okay. I'd just like to say hello to Amandeep. Welcome, and glad you could join us. If you have any questions about live broadcasting, if you ask them on Facebook, then David and I are more than happy to answer them. But welcome and thank you for joining us. Right, so Amandeep, welcome, and glad you could join us. If you have any questions about live broadcasting, if you ask them on Facebook, then David and I. Okay, so I'm just going to contact Smiletime support. So, okay, I won't do that. Do you want me to take you off and bring you back on? And good afternoon, Shafiq. We appear to have, it's nice to see you. We appear to have one or two technical difficulties ourselves, and we're trying to get to the bottom of those.
No.
And no.
I want to see if they can actually see this going on.
All right. Okay. So how do you want me to contact them? On live chat? Okay, because we're what? We're going towards 8 o'clock. Just a minute. I'll copy the URL. And this is a live support. I'm going to live chat. Okay, I put a request in to join us on this URL, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, one of the things about live videos is the bandwidth that's needed. It's sometimes a lot easier. I find that when you were just watching a replay rather than a live broadcast, but that could just be me. I don't think there's any concrete reason. So just to recap for the moment, David, can you see yourself on screen? Okay. Right, Peter, do you want? I will bring you on, but we're just trying to get a problem resolved in terms of David. David, do you want me to take you off and bring you back?
Yes, okay. I can see myself and hear myself, and everything's 20 seconds behind.
I'm going to take you off and bring you back. Okay, so just refresh and try again. Right, okay, we're experiencing, this is live video, and when things work, it's easy, but when they don't, just inviting David back in, and that's not working. Right, okay. Okay, let me try and invite David in. Right, okay, David's invited, and just give me a second. Hello. Hello?
Hi.
Am I live or am I 20 seconds out?
That was really, really strange.
Yeah.
And I don't suppose it probably won't respond in time, so... hopefully the recording I got was, I have no idea what happened. I was in, and there was a flicker on the page, and then I thought you had kicked me out, inadvertently trying to bring Peter on stage. I thought that you had dismissed me from stage while trying to bring Peter on. I was like, oh, okay. And so then you started to interact with me.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, that's weird. What in the world? So I was watching from the perspective of being someone in the audience, not on stage, but my camera was still engaged, obviously. My mic was still engaged, obviously. and it was really odd. So
let's hear it. You got your replay. Let's hear it turns out on Facebook on the replay. I long remember a show with Carlos Mero back in the day, and he and I were having a fantastic chat for about 40 minutes. The unfortunate thing was that he disappeared from the feed for everybody else after 5 minutes. So I spent the next 35 minutes laughing at Carlos's jokes, listening to his songs, and the video's lost now. That's probably a good idea. But when you are talking to somebody and they disappear, it looks well. Don't want to go there. Right, so we're going to risk it and bring Peter in then. I think we should.
Yeah, I don't have anything left to say. Do you?
Okay. Peter, I'm going to invite you in again, and I'd love if you can join us for the last 10 minutes or so. We had the crazy thing in Peter's show as well, because that went.
I blame Peter for the hiccup. That's what I do. I think it's Peter's fault.
I don't think it is this time. I don't think it was last time. Peter, I can see the ellipses, but I can't see your camera. So that being the case, as soon as I can see your camera, I shall bring you on stage. Right. Okay. Now, is there any news on this community update, Smiletime wise?
No, nothing yet.
Okay.
New update for anything. No new beta update for the mobile app. There's the wiki key. Apparently, you can order Snapchat spectacles online now. You don't have to go find one of those stupid booths.
All right. Okay.
WhatsApp is targeting Snapchat with story-like features. And WhatsApp's owned by Facebook.
Yeah.
So now we got WhatsApp stories, Instagram stories, and Snapchat stories.
It's getting crowded.
YouTube is going to be, and I have not looked into the entire thing, but YouTube is going to be getting rid of the unskippable 30-second ad. Mostly probably because people complained about it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't mind a 4-second ad or an 8-second ad, 4-second preferably, but if you can't skip it, right? I'm going to try again, Peter.
Well, and it's not anytime soon, so they've decided to stop supporting 30-second unskippable ads as of 2018. So next year. But that's probably because they've got some agreements in place for the remainder of the year, and they've got to honor those out. Otherwise, it would probably cost them a lot of money. So aside from having to wait until next year, Google says that 20-second non-skippable ads will continue. And it will also be making heavier use of so-called bumper ads, unskippable 6-second ads. I can deal with the 6-second ads. Or, you know what? You can just go subscribe to YouTube Red, and you never have to see an ad, period.
Well, if you're in the UK, that might be a bit difficult at the moment. So
Is it not available in the UK?
No, it's not available as a video contributor, or it's not available. It's not rolled out yet. Okay. Right, can you see Peter on the screen at the moment?
All I see is ellipses, and that's all that's on Facebook. Sorry, Peter. Scotland is not Smiletime friendly today.
All right, one more try.
Drive north to Ireland or south and go see Stephen.
Right. No, it's getting. I mean, it's working fine last night. I don't know whether things changed, but we're just getting, and it could be tied in with David's earlier problems.
It could be. That could have been me. So I am one for breaking systems in
it could be
very odd ways. Let's see. I don't know if I have any other. I did find it interesting. Now you'd have to be familiar with him, PewDiePie.
I've heard the name.
He is a YouTuber. I can't stand him, but I'm not his. I am obviously not his audience. But he did a broadcast television type no, which usually puts you in the crapper for a while, unless you're Mel Gibson, and had some anti-Semitic messages or tone or something.
Yeah.
So YouTube has dropped his YouTube Red show. They have what else happened to him? The preferred ad service is gone. And they are pretty much distancing themselves from him at this time. Now, I can't really tell you that he's acting any different than he always did. Again, I really don't pay that much attention to him. I can't stand him. But I thought it was interesting how a company like YouTube or Google that pretty much gives you license to, I mean, if you want to film it and stick it up there, as long as it's not too bad, it'll pretty much stay up. And then if it's you can put it up, and if it's bad, they take it down, you know. But anyway, you know, the difference in elevation of what you need, the responsibility that you need to have towards the general public. And because this affected Google's main stream of revenue, which is ads, they decided to cut bait with him. He's kind of been blackboxed for now. Live streaming, I think, is probably going to have a lot of the same follow through. Probably a little bit faster though. If you find yourself all of a sudden ostracized because of viewpoints, when at one time you weren't, I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
Oh yeah, I mean the way things are going. I mean, he was a big name, wasn't he? You said not known. Yeah.
He was naughty. And Michelle likes PewDiePie. You know, like I say, some people like him. I mean, obviously, a lot of people like him. I'm just not one of them.
Right.
I just, there are certain things that I come across and ways that people act and stuff. And he's just one of them. So, you know, he makes more money than I do. So I'm sure he wasn't really hurt that I never watched him or subscribed to him. But anyway.
Yeah, and Michelle's confirming he got the sack. Right, now the comment of the week has to be this. I'm just going to bring it up on screen. Because this is the first time anybody said this about us. It's Peter. He said, it's not like letting me accept it. It comes on, then goes off, and you guys are just a turning circle. Well,
it actually did that for me, Peter, when Stephen kicked me off and I was going through my issue. And I just had to refresh myself. Of course, that's a Mac for you.
Yeah, okay.
Not to drive that point home, but and you know, you Windows lovers out there, you can run a virtual machine of Windows inside your Mac. I actually know somebody that just bought a very high-end Windows-based system and is running a virtual machine of OS X on it. Doesn't even touch Windows. So I have to sit there and run the virtual machine.
It's good to have choice.
Although I'm sure PewDiePie doesn't care. He's a millionaire now, isn't he? You know, that may be true. but we really don't know. That's one of the things, especially with YouTube creators, when the majority of their revenue is circled around YouTube, there's not a lot of disclosure as to how they make their money. Networking partners have some portion, if they work with them. So I don't know, but I've seen plenty of millionaires blow all their money that have won the lottery. So PewDiePie could do the exact same thing, but he's young. He's going to come back. I'm sure somebody's going to sit there and pick it up and want to have something. I just thought it was really interesting that you hadn't seen something of that level in the video arena that was not directly correlated with broadcast television. It's kind of like, a lot of people like the original series that Netflix and Hulu push out. Yeah. And one of the things that they like is that you get the entire season when it's released. So if I want to sit down and I want to watch 14 episodes of Daredevil when it's released, then I can do that. Or I can watch at my leisure. I can go back. Well, CBS All Access doesn't want to miss out, or CBS, which is an American broadcast station, and they've got the CBS All Access app that's been available for a while. They now have it where you can purchase a subscription level that does not include commercials. Oh, and they just released one of their original shows. It's a follow-up to a show called The Good Wife. It's called The Good Fight. But they're not releasing the entire, and it's only available online. You could watch the pilot on air, and then everything else is online. But they're not releasing all episodes at once. They're going to release them on a weekly basis.
Yep.
And so there's a group of us that believe that's actually not going to work out very well for them.
Well, we've got used to what we call it over here, binge watching a series, in that you start on Friday night and you watch the whole series over the weekend.
Yeah.
And that's the way people want to watch, because the thing with the weekly series is it's an endurance test.
Mm-hmm.
And doing it over the weekend is just a way of chilling out, isn't it?
Binge watching is a preference. Yes, it is. Yeah. I haven't found the series that honestly I could make it through except for House of Cards. Because if I sit and I watch that much, then my whole world becomes that series. I mean, my brain, my dreams, everything is just wrapped up in this, and it's just. I don't like it. So, but anyway, the point of that being, that's not live video, but the point is the way that the approach and how there's a dynamic that's constantly shifting.
Oh yeah,
and changing and trying all these different areas out. And they go back with what Stephen was talking about Peter and having success, and he's basically got a large percentage of a target audience that he wanted to reach because he's going to a super local level. I've been talking about that for a long time. There have been others that have mentioned the same thing. It's like starting an online business, and we think, and we instantly omit anything local to us. It's almost like it's a curse. Or it's bad mojo, or bad whatever. I don't want to limit myself. There's nothing about limiting. You're just serving that community. You're serving the community that you live in. And I think it's actually a really good thing. I think that it would serve purpose better for a lot of people to get live video adopted more widely by going out into your community and helping out the local businesses that are there. And by broadcasting and running Facebook ads targeted solely at them, you're not missing out. You're just getting, I would rather have 100% of the people that I want to purchase involved and engaged than to dwindle that down to, I had 10, I had 1,000 people registered, 400 people showed up, and I sold 2 products. Well, that sucks unless your product happens to be $10,000 a piece, and it probably still sucks. So anyway, bravo to Peter And Peter says he's back, and so there's an issue with Peter, Stephen, because he was still green. So his camera, according to Smiletime, is still engaged. Did you exit him from the...
I'm doing that again. I'm inviting him again, and I did take Peter out. Just while we're waiting for Peter's camera to clear up, just to go back and say hi to Felt, C, and unfortunately we don't know exactly who you are, but and your question is this is what kind of web? Right, okay, by way of explanation, I'm in Wiltshire in England and David is in NC, otherwise known as North Carolina, and we are joined together on video chat by Smiletime, and you'll find the link up above in this post. Smiletime allows up to 4 people on screen, and to give you a fuller description, David. Dad, I wouldn't do that. No. Basically.
Oh, were you pointing to me?
No, I wouldn't. I was trying to invite Peter.
Well, I'm glad you knew what the question was, because I would have probably spent longer trying to figure out what you were asking.
Right. Okay. This is Smiletime, which is a live video chat system which allows up to 4 people on screen, and you can have graphics. You can have, as you are on Facebook at the moment, we can see everything that you type on Facebook, and we can, when you type something on Facebook, we can bring it up on screen. So rather than just viewing a live video with up to 4 people involved, you can actually get involved by typing, and we'll show it on screen. And when it shows on screen, it shows your picture, it shows your name, and the text that you've typed. And in that particular instance, it's free publicity for you because it all appears on the recording as well. So Shafiq will forever be on YouTube, recorded in this video. If you want to know more,
so if anybody was out there looking for you,
right? Well, it's only
your cover's blown.
Indeed, it's just a forename, not the whole name. If you want to find out more of what we're doing, then David and I, we've done up to run a Facebook group called LVS17. If you search for that on Facebook, you're more than welcome to join the group. And over 200 people, we can say that this week, over 200 people.
It just happened again.
Oh, right. Okay. Over 200 people who are live broadcasting or looking to live broadcast. And I'm going to try and invite Peter in again. And Peter's invited. I've still got the ellipsis. So are you seeing you on screen or not? Can you hear me? Is this where we say, is this where I say? I'm not sure what's happening. Hang on, just let me. It just happened again. Okay, just a moment. Right, so David has just been taken off. I'm going to take Peter off because that's just not working as well. I'm going to take that off screen, so we've just got me, and I'm going to invite David back in. Same thing happened again.
It happened again, and I knew it was getting ready to happen again. I could tell. I really need to get in touch with Smiletime and discuss this with them. That's very, very buggy. Did you hit the record option, by the way, Stephen, when you were doing this?
Never do. Okay. Unfortunately, I did it the once, and the broadcast didn't go well. So until somebody says VOD is official,
I started to hear feedback.
All right. Okay.
Like echo. Or whatever, and as soon as I heard that, I said, "I bet it's getting ready to happen again." And blip, and I went right back off. To me, I went off screen. I went back to being a viewer, but my camera and my mic were engaged again. So anyway, that was weird. Yeah. Smiletime, you need to fix that.
Indeed, and thank you for Michelle for posting the link. You can find us here next Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. GMT, and. I wonder what's going to happen this week.
Saying that he prefers live videos is true. It is true 100%, and give me a chance to ask immediately. And that's true. But anybody that's broadcasting always needs to broadcast for the replay in mind. So always, one, make sure to thank those that are watching the replay and engage with them. Make sure, ask them to have comments and anything as they watch through, because it's still so new. We don't engage with it, and it's still evolving as to the best ways to use it and everything. So always play for or always broadcast for the replay. That's what you need to do, because you may have 10 people view your live, but you could have 100 people or 1,000 people or 10,000 people, because the replay is forever.
That's right.
Forever. As long as you put the replay out there. Now, if you don't put the replay out there, then that's
I can attest to that. I'm not blowing my own trumpet. And Shafiq, we look forward to seeing you in the group. Thank you for joining. And as David and I are both here, we'll have to sort of let you in when we go off air. But the group is LVS 17. Everybody's welcome to join us. I can attest to the replays being very valuable, because the views that come after a replay, both on Facebook and on YouTube, mean that the show lives on. And I'm fond of quoting David's saying, "Play for the replay," which is very true. Right. If anybody has any questions or observations, then if you'd like to pop them up on Facebook, we'll bring them up.
We've reached an hour, and
yeah,
I know you've got across the pond.
Across the pond, I've got 50 minutes. We're okay. I put an hour's gap between the two. I thought that was a good idea.
Well, you want to have a backup plan just in case Smiletime continues to have hiccups.
There isn't one.
No.
Where would you?
No.
No. Where? We're struggling.
I don't know. Be Live, YouTube.
Well, be Live if you were YouTube is the backup, isn't it? It has to be.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and Shafiq is saying thank you.
You're welcome. And see, Stephen just took himself off stage.
This system is extremely flexible. You can do it. You take yourself off screen and disappear. Right, to everybody we could do the outro together.
We could. But I'll probably blip, so why don't you do it?
Okay. To everybody who's watched us live today, thank you. To Elizabeth for coming on screen and joining us. To Peter, who tried to join us. For Michelle for the comments. To Shafiq. And to everyone who's taken part. If I've not mentioned you, then I will get to you when we go and look at the feed afterwards, as we always do. As David said, the magic is in the replay. We'll go to the feed afterwards and we'll make contact with everybody who's actually watched the show, because this is networking at its best. This is live video, and it's goodbye from Stephen in Wiltshire and from David in North Carolina until Monday. All right, we've got a question. We've got a question before we go. Is Summit Live worthwhile? I think David...
I would need more context as to your question. Is Summit Live worthwhile for you to attend? That's all up to you. I can't really answer that question. I'm not attending. I didn't see... Anyway, I won't.
Well, I think the thing is...
to me, I couldn't equate value enough into it for me to buy a ticket to go across the country, book a hotel, or even maybe, stay with, shack up with somebody I know that lives out there, and purchase the ticket to go and all that type of stuff. So for me, no, it wasn't worthwhile, but I don't really understand, what you are equating to worthwhile. Now, if you live right down the road from where it's being held in Los Angeles, and you got the money for the access and the time to go to it, then yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, it depends on where you are at the moment in your video journey. If you wanted to meet and greet with those who are well known in the video chat circle, then it was an opportunity to do that and to listen to somebody live. It's like going to watch somebody in concert. What's the difference between listening to a CD and going to see a band play live? But it is a choice.
The girls, they're not in that place when I'm listening to the CD. So.
Right. Okay, David, thank you for your question. If you want to chat to David and I during the week, then LVS 17 is the place to go. To everybody who's watched us today, we thank you. We thank you for hanging on to our technical difficulties. I know David, David's going to go and have a chat with Smiletime, but we'll see you later. Take care and have a good week.